Hi, this is Joe at Alexis 221 Woodworks. In today's episode, I will be showing you my steps in staining maple raised panel doors. I'm using a 3-step process to achieve my desired look and color. So stay tuned. First, preparation is essential. Before I glued up the panels, I pre-stained the raised portion to prevent any future expansion and revealing any stain lines. Then sanding. I start with 120 grit and end at 180 for staining purposes. Applying a sanding sealer, in this case Minwax, is a must. It is vital that you follow through on this step. Maple has a tendency to blotch when staining and leaving you with an uneven blotchy end result. A sanding sealer will open up the fibers in the wood, allowing for an even coat of stain. Application is very simple. Using a foam brush, cover all surfaces that will be stained. I usually let it sit for approximately 15 to 30 seconds and then wipe off with good quality all-purpose paper towel. After that, I then let it sit for another 15 to 20 minutes to allow it to dry completely. Okay, what I've done here is drilled 2 pilot holes and screwed in some eye hooks to allow me to hang the panel so I can finish both sides cutting down on time. The holes won't be seen. They're on the bottom portion of the panel, which will be located on a base cabinet, concealing them. Okay, next step is to apply a base coat. I'm using a Minwax water-based stain. For maple, I find that water-based stains or dyes penetrate more deeply into the wood than oil products do. Applying the stain is straightforward using a good quality foam brush. Using even strokes, I tend to apply with the grain and then go in cross grain to make sure I get total coverage. Making sure you don't over apply to prevent pools of stain in the corners of the panels. It will make cleanup a lot easier. When staining, I will apply first to the center panels and work my way out, leaving the end grain to last, as end grain will absorb stain quicker than straight grain. What I normally do is sand end grain with a finer grit sandpaper before and after applying sanding sealer to close up the end fibers, trying to block out any deep penetration of the stain. Now, depending on the color you're going for, allow the stain to sit accordingly. Try some test pieces first. I will let this sit for about 15 to 20 seconds and wipe off excess to desired color and tone. Try not to leave any white marks and excess stain. What you're going for is trying to achieve a uniform color, trying to blend in the tones of the wood. To wipe off the product, what I do is fold a piece of paper towel so I have a clean straight edge with no seams or folds. I'll wipe with the grain using very little pressure, keeping a wet edge so I'm not pulling too much product off the wood. Now for the final wipe, I will flip the paper towel over for a dry edge to blend and get the uniform color that I'm looking for, trying not to leave any white marks. Okay, I have the panel hanging now to allow me to stain the front while the back dries. I'm using, again, a good quality foam brush, staining with the grain, working my way out from the center, leaving the end grain to last. Once again, trying not to apply too much stain to allow it to dry completely without any drips or pooling up of stain in the corners of the panel while it hangs to dry. Okay, that's it for now. I'll let this dry for about 24 hours before I move on to my next final gel coat, which will then give me my desired color and tone that I'm going for. So please stay tuned. Please subscribe to the next episode. I will be finishing the gel coat and applying several coats of clear finish. And as always, you can come visit me at alexis221.com.